Good evening, everybody. Hopefully, everybody's having a great day, great Monday. Talking about Gannon tonight. Well, most importantly, or not most importantly, we're talking about Gannon getting Gannon justice, but more importantly, we're talking about Letecia. I don't know. We'll see where they come in, Summer. We'll see if people come into the chat tonight. It may be a slow day. Scorpelina, did you just change your picture or am I seeing double? Like, cause I'm like, am I seeing double here? I don't know. Well, I know that there is another live going on tonight, which, I know there's another live tonight, and I know that they're talking about the Idaho 4, so I'm not sure if that's where people are. But you bet your butt I've got 2 iPads in here, so we could find out where everyone's at. And I'm not ashamed to go into someone else's chat and say, hey, get your butt over to TitaniumBuilt's chat. She's talking about Gannon Stauch tonight. Do you think I should do it? I think it'd be funny if I did. There's some people, they're coming, they'll come. It was beautiful here today in Ohio. Cloudy today and rainy. Oh, it was nice here. We needed it though. It was like 70 degrees. I could not even believe it. You're on your phone. I can't watch YouTube on my phone anymore. Now that I've watched it on like an iPad or I've watched it on a computer, it just seems like it's easier for me to like find things that I'm looking for. But if I'm ever out shopping, doing things like that, then of course, then I'm usually on my phone. That's funny. Scorpelina, the cat's being nosy watching the neighbors. There's 2 cats downstairs that do that to us, and they are the cutest. Like one that we have really thick like blinds here to our windows. A good thing because you never. It's always a problem when a cat breaks a blind, you know? So they're really hard. So they can't break very easily. But this cat like will poke its head out like between the 2 blinds, and it's so cute. And I know like the owners don't care because the blinds, they're not going to break. But yes, so hello to everybody. I know we got some people from Ohio in here. And I love your new picture, by the way. I think it looks cute. I can see who you are now. And I can't believe that you live in Ohio and you grow flowers that are that nice. Man, I don't have a green thumb like that. As you can see, I don't have my flowers anymore. They didn't last very long. My flowers never last very long. I think that we've had a money tree though, or like, I think it's, or lucky bamboo, one of those 2. We've had one of those though, going on like 3 years. So we're good in that category. As long as we don't have to like mess with it too much. I don't know if I did. I haven't checked my email today or yesterday, I don't think. So if it was from the last couple of days, then I didn't. But I don't know what they look like. So you'd have to tell me what they even look like. But the pictures you sent me were gorgeous. They were beautiful. I was wondering why you were typing grub summer. I was like, what's she talking about? I thought you were talking about grub truck. Like, because we hear grub now, that's what I think of. So I was thinking, I don't know, Idaho 4. That's what I was thinking. So has anybody been watching did anyone watch the trial today? I got bits and pieces of it. But I tried to like put out some short videos for you guys. So it was a little bit easier than trying to like watch 8 hours of a trial. And I saw that there were actual like smaller clips to do that with. So I was able to do that. I also released a Lori Vallow one at the end. And the video that I wanted to put out, for some reason, all of the audio other than when I'm talking, it cuts out. But it is the sweetest video, like, because it has Larry in it, of course. Kay is inside. She's testifying. They're going on lunch or something, but, you know, she's getting ready to go. She's going to go back on the stand, so I don't think she can leave the building or something as long as she's, like, on, like, testifying. But so he came out and he did, like, a little speech, kind of gave just, like, the public, like, a little, you know, a Larry speech. Like, oh my gosh, I was crying and I was on camera. I had tears. I had to wipe them away. He was just so sweet. He was like, all we're here for justice. Like, he didn't try to like tear Lori down at all. Like, as much as she's done that to him and, you know, to his wife, I just thought he came out amazing. So that is on East Idaho News if you guys want to check out that clip. It was really sweet. And then I was watching it again, and then I'm laughing because I see JLR in the background just doing like, he's just going back and forth. Like, I don't know, he had his phone and he was making me laugh so hard. So the video was cute because I was like crying and I was laughing in it. But then of course the audio just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't work. And I don't really check my videos too much before I post them. Like, I just will make sure the audio's okay. And good thing I checked it. But, oh my Lord, Letecia. So you're here? Yes. What happened? What happened that triggered you, Parker? Is it something about Letecia? Because, oh, that's cute. You have like an older neighbor that comes and works on her flower beds. Oh, that's sweet. She probably like to hear the stuff. JLR, he was on it. He was on top of it. He had that camera everywhere. I said, man, dang, look at him go. I thought that he was I thought he was like in Moscow. So it's like a 3-hour drive, I think, there. So he booked it. But I was just like, dang, there he goes. I laughed so hard because it made me laugh because it was just like, he just was there and he's everywhere. Waldo, yeah, like where's Waldo? So I wanted to release the full tape, but then I realized I didn't have the audio. So that's why it's just the clip at the end of the one video. Because I was like, I have to add this in somewhere. It's just funny. Man. I watched an interview with Chad's sister-in-law, who is very much investigating on her own. Yeah, I think she has her own YouTube page, doesn't she, Parker? Let's see. On her own to figure out what's going on. She filled in so much. It was the police. Have you filled these questions in? No, we've done like a dive into it, but we haven't done like a deep dive. She was also the first to say Chad killed his wife. Oh, I didn't know that. But I mean, they did find out that she was asphyxiated. And I did do that. I did a video on that earlier too. That her cause of death came out. So I didn't know that. I still believe she did everything that she did to her children though. Ooh, that lady makes me shake. She really does. I don't know if it's Letecia or Lori, which one makes me shake more, but Lori. I don't know what it is. Like, even though like Letecia's like done some really messed up crap, I don't know what it is about the Lori Daybell case. It's like, I think it's because I knew that case for like the whole 3 years, and there's just something about me that it just burns in my soul to say that your kid's a demon. But then again, hello. Letecia must have learned from the best, because Letecia's doing the same thing. Said her kid was the demon. What's up with people saying their kids are demons? Like, I mean, like really, like what could your kid be doing that you think it's a demon? Oh, I don't know. But I didn't know that she said that about Chad. Every time I see this picture of Gannon, I just want to fix his little ear, right? His little right ear. I just want to fix it. But yeah, I want to talk about the case. I want to talk about the trial. Just stay high. Yep, that's what Eddie said. Hello, Eddie. I meant to say hi to you when you first came in. He really is everywhere. TLC Bell said, yeah, he really is. He's everywhere. And I don't mind it. He's entertainment. I don't watch him, but he comes on my For You page. Like, I swear somebody is wanting me to watch his content or something. Because, like, it'll come up on my For You page all the time. And he'll just be somewhere. I forget where he was last night. He was somewhere, I think in Moscow. I can't remember. So I did find some small clips from the trial that we can go over. The first one's from the medical examiner. Now, tell me if I'm right or tell me if I'm wrong, but I remember reading through the probable cause and everything, and I don't remember them ever like putting like that he had or stating that he had hydrocodone in his system or acetaminophen in his system, that he had any drugs in his system. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but does anybody know where, like, if that was anywhere, like if that's been stated anywhere, or was that today? That was the first time it came out, because I was like, what did she just say? Hydrocodone? And I think I said hydrocodone in my video. I think I call it that because I don't know. I just do. Sorry, guys. So if I call it that, I mean hydrocodone. Codone, yeah. But it's basically just Vicodin. Like, it's pain. I mean, it's not just, but I mean, for an 11-year-old, but today was the first day you heard that. Okay. I think today was the first day that it came out, because I was like, well, what? What did she say? So this is the medical examiner, and Letecia wants to crawl back into the wall. She's wearing a lighter color today, pink. I thought she was going to go more towards the gray, because we thought she was going to try to like blend in with the wall. But then I thought, well, maybe she thought because it's Easter, she would wear pink, you know? Oh, it was Al's prescription. I was going to say, I wonder where she got them, but because they keep making it seem like it was like a liquid codeine. And I didn't think it was liquid at all. I don't know why, but how did she get him to take those? They're a pretty large pill. I remember being 11 and I couldn't take pills. Like, you know what I mean? I wonder if she put it in his food. Like, that's so crazy. So let's see here. And she was called the repo place, saying she was a flight attendant. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got them all. We had some good people on the stand today. So we heard from, okay, so if you're to get caught up, we're on week 2. We just started the 5th day. They don't do court on Thursday. So they had court opening statements Monday, and then they had court Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So now we're on the 5th day today, which is, it's a lot better than the Alec Murdaugh trial, because Alec Murdaugh, we didn't know what day it was. Do you remember that? Because they had this jury selection's weird. I don't know. It was just confusing. So we're on day 5 here. We heard from the medical examiner today, the fake polygraph. We heard about the fake polygraph.com that she tried to use, the surveillance footage from the camera from the neighbors. And then we also heard about blood that was found on a pair of her shoes that were down in the laundry. She wasn't very smart. So yeah, it was pretty boring. So I figured I got smaller clips. That way, you know, it would keep us keep us on our toes a little more than, you know, falling asleep, because this trial is a lot more intense, I feel like, than Alec Murdaugh's, but it was boring. Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, it was. Alec Murdaugh's trial was so boring. And then today I thought was boring. Today was boring. Sometimes, you know, there's just days, and today I don't know. Like, there was parts of it, but for the most part, I don't know. I couldn't get my brain couldn't grasp today. Gave Harley's name to the woman. Oh my God. Oh my Lord. She'll throw anyone under the bus. The defense is trying to put, yeah, and I did notice that, and I played this in the clip that I played today, and I think I'll play it. It's on one of these clips, I'm pretty sure. But her and her defense attorney are actually talking. I was like, oh my Lord, he's talking to her. I think this is part of their plan. Because Lori Daybell Daybell is doing what I would be doing. She's sitting, I hear, right in the middle of her lawyers and her trial. That's where I would be. I would be right snap dab in the middle. I would want to feel safe, protected. She's trying to get away from them, disassociate, you know? It's just crazy. Which one, Tony? The Lori Daybell one? Lori Daybell, I just got into that because of, it was literally because she didn't tell anybody where her kids were. It was like, what the? I don't know. And for some reason, I didn't hear about Gannon. And I want to ask you guys this. I feel like a lot of these cases, we only know about them because we're on YouTube. Because this case is only thing I've seen on mainstream media is actually nothing. I've only seen it on Law and Crime. I haven't seen it on like NBC, ABC, CBS, ID channel, Oxygen, News Nation. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not seen it anywhere. And so, I don't know. Maybe that's why we have a smaller group too. But still, you gotta like. I mean, this woman has done evil Knievel things to her stepchild. I mean, she stabbed him. What was it, 18 times? And then when that didn't work, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot you." And then she bludgeoned. We heard that he was bludgeoning his head. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, this medical examiner loved her. Chef's kiss. She was not letting that defense let her, like, the defense was trying to like sway her kind of one way, and she was like, nope, couldn't happen like that. So I'm gonna go and play the video. I thought it was pretty interesting. So you can hear the ducks in the background.
Is it typical, doctor, that you perform a toxicology test as well
Yes,
when you do an autopsy?
yes.
What is the purpose of doing a toxicology report?
We do it in all violent deaths, and it's to determine whether there were any drugs or what drugs were in the system.
Was that performed on Gannon Stauch?
Yes,
Was there anything unusual detected in Gannon Stauch at the time of autopsy?
there were some drugs, or there was a drug that was present.
Okay, so let's talk first. Acetaminophen, a typical over-the-counter medication, was that found in Gannon?
Yes,
Would that be anything unusual that a child would have potentially residual acetaminophen at the time of autopsy?
if maybe the the decedent at that time was having a fever or pain, they would give them acetaminophen or Tylenol.
Would that be common though? In an 11-year-old to find that in a body potentially?
Not, you don't always see that.
Okay. What other things did you find in Gannon's bodily tissues?
He also had hydrocodone in the liver tissue.
All right, so let's talk about hydrocodone. What is hydrocodone?
Hydrocodone is a narcotic analgesic. It's a drug used for pain, and that is also found in cough medications because it's supposed to suppress your cough.
Is hydrocodone a controlled substance?
Yes, you need a prescription for that.
So I can't just go to Walgreens without a prescription and buy hydrocodone?
Yes,
Is it indicated as highly addictive?
yes, you can be dependent on it.
What are the effects of hydrocodone on a human?
Depending on the dosage, you can initially become drowsy, lightheaded, dizziness. And if you take a higher dose, it could lead to respiratory depression, or you'll have problems breathing. You'll have lethargy, coma, and eventually death.
Was it unusual, in your opinion, to find hydrocodone in a child of 11 years old, like we did here in Gannon's death?
Yes, I found it unusual.
Is that because of all of those issues you just described?
Yes, and if it was for a cough, you would give something that didn't have the, narcotic analgesic in it.
Typically, people would not.
I have a question. I watched this actually earlier, and so if you guys have seen the trial, let me know. But do we not know how much was actually found in Gannon's system? Because I don't think she says how much is actually found. And that may be because, and they say it in the video, so trigger warning now, we're true crime over here, but trigger warning for this one. She couldn't find his pancreas because he didn't have one anymore because of the body decaying. Not because he got it taken out surgically, but because of the decay. So I wonder if they couldn't get an exact amount. So I'm wondering if she was trying to poison him first. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put it past her. Because women usually, that's one of the things that women resort to when they kill, it's poison. So do you think like he would have a good amount of hydrocodone traces were in the liver at that point? That's true, Teresa. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe, yeah. No, I didn't see that, Olivia. No. But if you know where I can find that clip, I would love to see. I did not. That little bit. Oh, I didn't watch the beginning. Oh my Lord. So I think, so yeah, so we think she tried, okay, so we think she tried to OD him probably first. And then when that didn't work, maybe that's when she hit him over the head. When that didn't work, that's when she stabbed him. When that didn't work, that's when she shot him. That little boy was so strong. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, hydrocodone's an opioid. Yeah, it's just Vicodin. I keep saying it's just Vicodin, but you know what I mean. I want to say it's just like Vicodin, but it is Vicodin. They give it to me instead of like they'll give it to me in pill form instead of giving it to me like in a oral form at the dentist, because the oral form has Zyrtec in it. They make it there. I don't know. I don't understand it, but I can't do Zyrtec, so it must have had a large amount of opioids. Or yeah, ooh, woohoo, man, makes my tummy hurt.
Yes, that wouldn't be the first line of choice.
Okay.
And speaking of which, I just said, ooh, that makes my stomach hurt. That's probably what made his stomach hurt. If he had a large amount of hydrocodone in your system, it makes your stomach hurt. It says it right on the bottle, take with food. How old is this child? He was only 11 years old, 90 pounds, 5'1", I believe. Or was it 4 or 5 foot or something like that? Oh my Lordy. Just be prepared. You're about to hate the woman named Letecia Stauch. She's the one in the corner over here hiding. She's actually not hiding her face at the current moment.
May I have just a moment, Your Honor?
Me.
And that's the prosecution asking questions right now.
Go ahead, doctor. Thank you.
Cross-examination, Mr. Cook.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Dr. Ignacio.
Good morning.
My name is Will Cook, and I'm a defense attorney in this case. I'm going to ask some follow-up questions. Were you able to tell the blunt head trauma injuries, the three on the top of the head you were discussing? Can you tell the jury if those were post-mortem or pre-mortem?
They were pre-mortem.
Pre-mortem. And by that, you mean before death?
Yes.
Okay. At one point during your investigation, were you kind of unsure whether the blunt force trauma had happened before or after Gannon had died?
No.
Okay. And the injuries that you noted in your report and during the autopsy, they would indicate that this was a violent death.
Yes.
Okay. Also, it looked like a lot of the injuries, the blunt force injuries, the sharp force injuries, it looks like it was just a random act, whereas there's no pattern to it. You have injuries to the head, you have injuries to the body. Some are deep, some are shallow. It indicates that this was a random attack, correct?
Yes.
Okay. There was no pattern to it.
Yes.
Would the blood force injuries, were they fatal by themselves?
Yes, they could be.
Okay. And you say the gunshot was fatal in and of itself as well?
Yes,
Okay. Did the bullet from the gunshot, I can't remember what you said, did it enter into the cranial vault?
it did not.
It did not. Okay. And the mechanism for death with the gunshot, it was that it severed the spinal cord or some vertebrae?
Yes.
Okay. And what would have been the mechanism for death with the blood force injuries? Would that have been bleeding or hemorrhaging in the brain? What would that have been?
Yes, there was hemorrhage in the brain.
Okay. When you're doing investigation and autopsies and looking at toxicology reports, did you go back or did your office or did you receive any information about whether Gannon had had a prescription for cough syrup or cough medicine that contained any hydrocodone?
No, I didn't inquire.
Okay. So it is possible that he could have had a medication or a prescription from a doctor to assist with the cough.
It's possible.
Okay. And if he had had a prescription for a opiate-based cough syrup or cough medicine, then it would follow that it would show up in his blood or his toxicology results.
Yes.
Okay. Could any of the injuries noted have happened? There's evidence that there was a suitcase that he was in. He was, the suitcase was thrown off an overpass of a highway near Pensacola. Is there any way that some of the injuries could have been caused by the impact of the suitcase hitting the ground?
Like which injuries?
The blunt force trauma injuries,
No, they were on the top of the
the
head.
top of the head.
No.
I don't know if you caught that, so I'll rewind it a little. But that's when I knew this was my down girl, because this is the defense saying, oh, so those injuries couldn't have happened when, she threw him over the side of the bridge. And she's like, no, those injuries were on the top of the head. Nice try, buddy. I found it pretty clever because he was trying to get one over on her and she shot it down really quick. So I'll just take it back 10 seconds, let you hear it. I like her though.
Of a highway near Pensacola. Is there any way that some of the injuries could have been caused by the impact of the suitcase hitting the ground?
Like which injuries?
The blunt force trauma injuries,
No, they were on the top of the
the
head.
top of the head.
No.
Okay. In a lot of injuries, doctor, you'll see stippling or powder burns on the skin where a bullet or a projectile will enter. Did you note any of that, any of those type of injuries on Mr. Gannon?
I didn't see any stippling, but
Okay.
it's also because of decomposition. I might not be able to see it.
And that was my next question. Would decomposition, even if it had originally been there, would it make that disappear or decay?
Maybe.
Maybe. So what I'm getting at is, were you able to make any type of conclusion as to the distance the gun was from the body when it was discharged?
No.
Okay. Were any of the sharp force injuries, were any of them in and of themselves fatal?
Because of the decomposition, I couldn't really tell. I mean, when I looked at the lungs, because I was thinking it would penetrate the lungs, I didn't see any injuries, but because there was decomposition, it was hard to see. So I couldn't really tell with the injuries that went into the chest cavity.
So I guess all you can say is it's possible. Is it possible that some or one or more of these sharp force injuries were fatal?
Yes, it could be fatal if left unattended.
Okay. And it looks like in your report, you look for organs, you remove some of them, you measure the contents of fluids in different organs and that sort of thing. It looks like in your report, it mentions that you couldn't find a pancreas. Is that because Gannon did not have a pancreas or because it had just decayed to the point of being able to identify it?
Yes, decomposition.
Composition. So a lot of this stuff, a lot of the organs and whatnot in Gannon, they had decayed to the point where you couldn't identify him anymore.
Yes.
Okay. And is that typical for a body that had the history of exposure to the elements?
Yes.
Okay.
What I'd like to say about that is, who really gives a flying fudge about the poor boy's organs at this point? Really? I mean, really. She didn't kill his organs. She didn't shoot a bullet at him to hurt his organs. She didn't stab him to hurt his organs. She stabbed him to kill him. She poisoned him to kill him. She shot him to kill him. And then she planned the trip to Florida in the suitcase with the blankets and the pillow to get rid of all the evidence. And she washed her shoes, washed the brushes that she cleaned up the floor with, and cut the floor out in a patch. I don't know where the hell these people are going to go with this, but I can't take 6 weeks of this, y'all. Princess Megan also, Tanya, she said Tanya, LOL. But you know what I mean? Like, and he's horrible. So if she comes back and says, I didn't have adequate counsel, she doesn't really have adequate counsel. They're not. I mean, you know, like they're there, I guess. Is that adequate? I don't know adequate, really. I don't know what falls in adequate. But to me, that guy is about as dumb gets. Oh, you got it. Oh, you got the, okay, let me get the email. She got the devil horn. So Summer got her with the devil horns. Oh my gosh. So, okay, I don't know if you guys remember this, but let me open this up. But I don't know if you guys, I forgot to say now, remember something. No, okay, never mind. Scratch that. Do you know where it's at in here? Like what time it is? Like what timing? Because you sent me like the whole video for Plunder. And so I want to make sure I just go to the time slot that it's in. I love Plunder. I'm surprised I didn't see this. Oh, I didn't even see this. What? During Good Friday? On Good Friday she did this? Oh, it's at the beginning? Okay, let me. I was just going to try to see where I can get her and then. Was that her right? Was that? Okay. You might have to show it. Okay, let me copy this into StreamYard. This is Plunder's channel. If you don't follow Plunder, go over and follow her. She's a really good creator. She really is. She usually gets right to the point, and I like that about her. Okay, so you said it's in the beginning. I saw her put her finger up. So, devil horn signed to jury. Okay.
All rise for the jury, please. That's okay. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All rise for the jury, please. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Was that the 2 times that she does it? Oh my Lord. On Good Friday? Oh, she planned that. She was planning that one out. What can I do on. She's probably the reason why the Pope hasn't been feeling good. I hope you're feeling better, Pope. You had a little bronchitis or something. I don't know. I swear, didn't she wear the same thing today? She wore light pink, so she could have been. Oh, she's scary. The music is what does it do, man. Flunder, you had to put the music in. Like, ugh. Oh, she really is something else. Really is something else. That's what I was going to tell you guys. So, do you guys remember last week on the live, okay, so the judge was actually given a question by the jury and was like, she has been making hand gestures and facial gestures and things of that nature. Are we supposed to ignore these, or do we take these into consideration? And he decided to completely just ignore the question. He actually says that he takes the lawyers and Letecia's side, and he says, should we give him an answer or just kind of ignore the question? And he's like, well, we're just going to ignore the question. Well, this is what happens when you ignore the question, sir. Was that 2 fingers she held up? Or is it 1? Oh, that was weird. I'm going to watch it one more time. Watch it one more time. That's scary.
All rise for the jury, please. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah. All rise for the jury, please. That's okay. Yeah. Yeah. All rise for the jury, please. That's okay.
Okay, y'all, that looks like 2 fingers to me, right? Or is it 3, 2? What does that mean? I don't know my hand gestures, but she is creepy. Look at her face. Look at that picture. I don't care who you are. That's spooky. That's not even a face a mother could love. Not even a face a mother would love. She scares the shit out of me. She is what you see. Okay, so when you think of boogeyman in your nightmares, people, that's who and then you go to court, like you'll see families, they go to court and like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this was the person. It doesn't even look like this crazy monster. But then you got Letecia. She looks like the damn boogeyman. If it's 3, it's love. 3. Okay, so it's either 2 or 3. Well, no one's going to help her. No one's going to help you. Sorry. Yeah, look at that. Oh man, she's crazy. I mean, she's not really, but. So the next thing I'm going to go over, I was going to play for you guys. It's just 12-minute video. It's going to go over the Letecia's fake polygraph test that she decided to get done. She's not the smartest one of the bunch, but I'll go ahead and play this and we'll probably pause it. This is the one I was telling you guys about where she's actually leaned in talking to her lawyer there, Mr. Redface, Mr. Tomato. Mother Looking Ring horror movie. Yeah, I could never watch that movie again. She's already in my dreams. My nightmares, actually. But who would think, okay, has anyone else ever thought of getting a fake polygraph done? I didn't even know they did that shit. Like, who thinks of these things? I wonder how much she paid. I wonder how much it was. I'm about to get on fakepolygraph.com and see how much.
how can I help?
Hi, yes. I didn't get any confirmation about my test I paid for.
And so just for reference sake, before we get too deep into the phone call, sounds like there's two voices.
That's correct.
Do you recognize one of the voices?
I do.
Is it the female voice?
Yes.
And whose voice is that?
That's the defendant's voice.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you, Angela.
Okay, can I have your name, please? I can check if we've got the order here.
Yes. Keisha, well, last name is Stauch, Stauch.
Okay, give me one moment, please. Let me have a little look. Okay, yeah, perfect. I can see that we've received that, and we have actually sent the test. Have you not received that as yet?
Have what now?
We have already sent the results to your email account.
I don't have them.
Okay. Okay, let me try resending that, and if you don't receive it, give us a call back.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, now. Bye-bye.
So Special Agent Cohen, the phone number that, at the very beginning, let me back up. There, you can hear ringing. Does that indicate that this is a phone call that was initiated by the defendant to a particular place?
That's correct.
Were you able to investigate and determine who it was that she was calling?
I was.
What was the phone number that she was calling?
Objection, foundation would be. Mr. Allen?
I can lay some foundation, Judge.
Okay.
When a wiretap is obtained, does it record both the outgoing and receiving phone numbers?
As part of the overall wiretap in this investigation, we also installed something called a pen register trap and trace device. That particular device will record both the outgoing or incoming phone number from the subject telephone.
And so does that mean that the receiving phone, the person that is being dialed or place that the originator is dialing would be caught in this trap and trace?
That's correct. It's identified as either an outgoing or incoming phone call, and we have the telephone numbers on both ends of that conversation.
And then were you able to look up that particular phone number that was dialed for this call and see it being associated with a particular web page?
Yes, I was.
What web page was that?
Fakepolygraph.com.
Okay. And is that what all of these phone calls are in relation to, is calls originated by the defendant to a purportedly fakepolygraph.com webpage?
That's correct.
Okay. Let's jump into 689 and permission to publish 689, Judge.
You may go ahead.
Can I help?
Hi, yes. I was just talking to you. Is there a way you confirm where you sent those? Because I still didn't get them.
Yeah, so I'm just going to get that resent for you. So if you wait for the next sort of 10, 15 minutes and let me know if you haven't received it by then.
I was saying, can you check the email, because I just want to make sure.
Okay, yeah, give me a moment. Spelled TECIALYNN2006 @yahoo.com.
Okay, cool. So you said
Okay.
like 10, 15 minutes.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
In that particular phone call, did it sound like there was an email address that was confirmed to the defendant?
Yes.
What was that email address?
It was Tisha Lynn at 2000. I can't remember the exact address, but it was an address that we knew to be associated to the defendant.
Okay. And that's what sounds like an England English speaking person relayed, and then the defendant acknowledged that as being the correct email address.
That's correct.
Okay. And then 690, permission to publish, Your Honor.
You may go ahead.
Hello, how can I help?
Hi, yes, I'm calling again. I still didn't get that email.
Okay, can I ask your name, please?
It's last name Stauch, S-T-A.
Ah, right, yes, perfect. I can see here.
You told me 10, 15 minutes, and you said it again. I still don't have it.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, it's actually been blocked by management, this order, due to the content of the questions, so we're not going to be able to send this report.
Okay. So, do I get my money back?
Unfortunately, not on this case, no. Obviously, due to our terms and conditions, it does clearly state that any sort of illegal activities or anything like that, obviously, the management do reserve the right not to send the report. Obviously, we do incur processing fees, so that's why a refund wouldn't be due.
So what do you do now? Just delete it and go on about life and keep money?
Yes, we would do indeed.
I got you.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In that particular call, is it essentially being communicated that a polygraph result is not going to be provided because it's associated with the illegal activity?
Is the leading and further the jury has heard the phone call, their own determination.
Sustained on the second grounds, the jury can make their own determination.
Okay. And then permission to publish 691.
You may, go ahead.
Hi, how can I help?
I did it hang up.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I can hear you now. How can I help you?
Okay. I talked to you earlier and you said that the request I did was blocked or something, but I looked on the terms and conditions and it says you can say things about like infidelity and stuff like that. So I'm not sure how that was blocked.
Say that again, sorry, that you can or can't.
No, okay, so I did a report earlier and you said you would
Mhm.
send it to me. Then when I called back, you said it was blocked, that I wasn't allowed to get the report. But then I clicked the terms and conditions and it says you can do questions about infidelity and stuff like that.
Yes, infidelity you can, correct.
Right, and that's what I did.
Your report was about infidelity, was it?
Her report wasn't on infidelity. So I'm going to pull it up for you guys. Actually, let's see. Hopefully this isn't as small. Yeah, it's as small could get. So let's see if I can make it a little bigger. Okay. It's a little bit bigger. But so Letecia is going to say on this video that she asked questions along the lines of like, was she home and was she not cheating, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, because it's bullshit questions. So these are the actual questions that she asked the fake polygraph place to put down as correct and as true. So it says Letecia provided the following questions and answers that were supposed to be truthful to fakepolygraphs.com. Do you intend to answer these questions regarding your stepson truthfully? Yes. Is your birthday August 4th, 1983? Yes. Did you participate in any way in causing harm to your stepson? No. Did your stepson return with you to your home? Yes. Did you participate in any way in causing the death of your stepson? No. And then it says, I will submit to the court that if Letecia had nothing to hide, she would have to pay, or she would not have to pay for the fake polygraph test results. So since she lied, they just took her money and was like, bye, girl. So we'll go back over here. So these are the questions that she's going to pretend like she asked.
What did you say?
So you're saying your report was about infidelity?
Yeah, like I put questions in for it and you had to put like answers and you said something about it being blocked.
Yes. So what were your questions?
So it was about during the time that we were away inside of in another state that I talked to and I gave the person's individual's name, Ortega. That was one of them. Then it said, are your eyes blue? And I did a couple of the questions that were on the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, not sure in that case. Unfortunately, that's not what came through.
She wouldn't have to lie
Yeah, I'm
about the
not quite
color
sure
of her
what happened there
eyes.
then.
Because I read that you can do this. Yeah, it says on there that you can do that.
Yeah, you would be able to about infidelity, but the questions that were submitted for your order were not to do with infidelity.
Yeah, I didn't submit questions that were not to do with infidelity.
Okay. All right. See, well, I'll have to look into that then in that case.
Do you want me just to write you the questions down?
No, it's okay. I'll just need to have a look into this then to see what can be done.
Okay.
Just remind me again, what was the name on the report?
It was Stauch, Stauch.
Uh-huh. And that's your surname, is it? Your last name?
Yes.
Okay. And first name is?
Tecia.
Okay. And how do I spell that?
It's Tecia.
Tecia.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay. All righty. Well, let me have a look into that and I can come back to you.
Okay. Thank you.
What's the best number to get you on?
843
Mm-hmm.
798
Uh-huh.
1700.
Okay. Right. Thanks a lot now. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Special Agent Cohen, these phone calls are from February 18th, as you've testified. Were you aware also at this same time that that's when these pretext calls were being recorded involving Al Stauch and the defendant?
Yes, I was.
Were there phone calls during that time with those pretext calls in which the defendant was talking about getting a polygraph examination?
Yes, she was.
What was she trying to convince the listener, I guess Al Stauch, of during those conversations?
Objection, speculation, that's.
Sustained. I think you can rephrase and refer back to the conversation, but I think it's up to the jury to make a determination about what the defendant's state of mind was during the conversation.
I understand, Judge. What was she saying to Al as it relates to the polygraph?
She was saying that she had passed a polygraph test and she was continuing to purport her innocence and that she had nothing to do with Cannon's disappearance.
Passed a polygraph as it relates to what?
Whether she had anything to do with Cannon's disappearance.
Okay. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Cross-examination, Mr. Tellini.
I don't have any questions for Agent Cohen at this point.
Do any of the jury?
I didn't mean to do that, but that's funny. Isabel's gonna phone her. I wonder if she's kind of like Brian Kohlberger deal. If you could put money on her books and then call her. Could you imagine what will she even say? She probably wouldn't say anything to anybody. She wants to be found guilty by reason of insanity or not guilty by reason of insanity. Which one is it? Is it, and you guys don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me for this, but is it guilty by reason of insanity? Right? Because it's not guilty by reason of insanity. Which one is it? Which one? You guys will let me know in the comments. And if you're watching on a replay, then you'll let me know in the comments for show. I know that kind of sounds dumb, but that's a question I have. Because I hear people say it both ways. So would it be guilt? Not guilty. Okay. Thank you, Isabel. I was just like, I couldn't think the way that I didn't know which way that sounded better. Do you know what I mean in my head? So Yeah, she definitely wants the insanity, and she's definitely trying to work it by sitting in the corner, doing things of, I guess, with her hands, but it's not getting her anywhere. I don't think, anyway. I think that Al's testimony was huge. I think the neighbor's testimony on Friday was huge. And then I think today was a pretty big day too. So this one here is just surveillance video that shows Letecia with Gannon the day that she, day she murdered him. It says on here that she allegedly. I don't know why they put even that word allegedly in there because she did it. She said she did it. She did it. Put her in a padded room, put her in a bar room. I don't care. Just get her out of my life. Out of my life. Because if she's not crazy and she's pretending because she thinks that she's going to go to a mental hospital and it's going to be easier on her, wait till she gets there and she's around real nutty people. She's going to want to go to general population right away, and they're going to say, oh no, Letecia, you crazy girl, you're here. So I hope she gets what she wants, though. Hope she gets what she's looking for.
So we're going to go back to People's Exhibit 41. We indicated that it's 2 clips. Can you just briefly summarize what we're about to see, or would you prefer to do that after we see it?
I prefer to do it after.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. That's why I threw that in there. So why don't we publish People's Exhibit 41? And again, these are 2 clips. We'll start with the first clip on the disc, okay? So why don't we pause that real quick if you don't mind? I'm sorry, Ms. Gratiano. So now that we see the first slides of this People's Exhibit 41, can you point out what we're looking at and where 6627 would be located? There should be a pointer up there. I say pointer that.
Yes, sir. So right here is the red Nissan Frontier associated to this address. So this house right here would be 6627.
And can we see the black Tiguan in this image?
Yes, sir. The black Tiguan.
And so would 6643 be a couple houses north of 6627?
Yes, sir.
So we're now looking from north to the south towards 6627, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and hit play, please.
Look how attentive she is right now. She wants to make sure she can see that TV monitor. Because look at Letecia now. She's over here with her long hair pulled up out of her face. You can see 2 eyeballs there. I can see them perfect. But, heaven forbid when Al's up there or they're talking about Gannon's injuries, she can't pick her head up like she's lethargic or something. So, yeah, look at her over there. Look at her go. So, lawyers even ready. He's ready. I think he went to the beach or something before this trial. I don't know, but he is awfully red.
Pause, please. We see an individual walking there to the red Nissan truck. Do you know who that individual is?
It appeared to be Gannon.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Well, does Gannon drive the truck?
No, sir. Can we, sorry, go.
Is that hard for you to see from there?
Yes, sir.
Why don't we continue to play and watch and see what happens, okay?
All right.
Does that kind of refresh your recollection of who that might be?
Yes, sir. I believe that was Miss Stauch moving the truck.
The defendant, Ms. Stauch?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we go ahead and resume, please? Thank you. Can we pause it, please? Now we see an individual walk towards the back of the red Nissan. Do you know who that individual is?
I apologize for before that was Gannon.
Is this when we see Gannon come to the truck?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall the clothing that he had on?
I do not.
Is it a little bit more difficult to see on these TV monitors than a computer?
Yes, sir.
I imagine when you're watching these videos, you were probably looking at a computer screen.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and hit resume, please. That's clip one for the record. It's approximately 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, clip two, does that overlap clip one a little bit? Will we pick up towards the end of clip one and then take it from there?
Yes, sir.
We can play clip two now, please.
You guys, I didn't realize I had this on mute. Or I had it on pause that whole time. I was looking in the chat, just chatting with you guys. So sorry. Okay, I finally unmuted it or unpaused it. So now they're actually talking, but I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, my mom was a pretty crazy woman. Look at her. She's laughing. Letecia. That's the first time I've ever seen her mouth move. I don't know why it's, oops, I don't know why it's like not going, but. Yeah, don't know. Maybe that's why she's laughing. What are you drinking, girl? I don't even drink. That's the thing. My mom did. It's probably why I don't. Now, Eddie, you might be right. It's like, well, because it's still not really going anywhere. Look at this. What's he doing? Oh, I think they're trying to see the car. I can't see the back that far.
And for the record, that concludes clip 2.
We-
of People's
we
Exhibit
just played it,
41, which is
Janet.
3
We
minutes
played it
and
on the
1 second
channel.
long. We talked about when you initially saw this video, you were sitting at a computer screen. Would you take notes as to what you actually saw happen and then later transfer those notes to a report?
Yes, sir.
And do you have that report there in front of you?
I believe so.
I'll direct you to page 3 of 4 of your report dated March 10th, 2020. Page stamp 11137.
I'm sorry, you said March 10th.
Yes.
I do not have that one with me.
Okay. Let me approach, Your Honor.
You may.
A copy of the report.
Yes, sir.
And do you have the descriptions of what you see taking place on the video as you're watching it from your computer screen?
Yes, sir.
And can you just kind of read to yourself what you have noted from People's Exhibit 41 that we just saw when Gannon and the defendant leave in the red Frontier truck?
Yes.
Okay, have you had a chance to do that?
Yes, sir.
And in your report, you specifically put who walks out to the truck when it's in the street, gets in it, drives out, and backs into the driveway.
Yes, sir.
And who was that?
Miss Stauch.
And when you're watching this on your computer, are you able to go back and watch it several times and make sure you got everything right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think about Al being gone at military training, and I feel so bad. Like, one part of me is like thankful that he was gone, because if not, this could have turned and been put onto him. She could have done this and then said it was Al. Or maybe on the off chance, maybe this wouldn't have happened at all if he would have been home. But I think she had it stuck in her head. I think that this was going to happen. If it didn't happen that weekend, I think it would have happened another weekend that he was gone for training. I know a lot of people in the military, and they're gone for like weekends. A lot of times, almost like a weekend a month, they'll be gone. She knew that going into this. I'm sure he was already in the military when she met him and all of that. I'm not sure actually how long they were married. That's a good question. Let's see if we can look it up, unless someone will know the answer. Let's see. I want to say like 5 years, but I don't know why I'm guessing that. 2015, also, and then 2020, so 5 years. So about, okay, yeah, so about 5 years. Wow, so I guess I was right, huh? Guess I was right. Because I figured it was probably about 5 years. I wasn't sure. I didn't think it was too long, but still. Wow. Because Gannon passed 2020, so yeah, that's when they ended up getting divorced. I'm not sure if it was that same year or if it was the year after, but I know like right after he got a divorce. It wasn't like he was trying to stay with her at all. Wow. Yeah, 2015. That's crazy. I don't know if I could have put up with her that long. But then again, I don't know. Yeah, what Teresa says goes. Oh, because you always be smoking, Eddie. That's how we know you're smoking. Yeah, they moved to Alaska. Yeah, and then they had to move from Alaska to Colorado because of her. I heard she was giving his job a hard time. So this is the last video I have. But this one is about the blood that they found on the shoe on the washer or the dryer, wherever they found it, down in the laundry.
What do we see in People's Exhibit 242?
Large mound of clothing on top of the washer and the dryer.
And is that what it looked like when you initially got to the residence?
Yes, it does.
And did you do anything to look through this clothing?
Myself personally, no.
Did anybody do that?
Detective John Price did.
And were you there when he was doing that?
I was not there when he was initially looking through it, but he called me up once he was looking through that.
And why did he call you up? Do you know?
He found a pair of shoes with that seemed out of place to him with a pink residue on the bottom of the soles.
We go to 243, please. What do we see in People's Exhibit 243?
A little bit closer shot over top of the washer.
244? What do we see in 244?
These are the shoes that Detective Price pointed out to me.
And is that what they look like when you got into the laundry room?
Yes.
And you talked about some kind of, did you say pink substance on the bottom of these shoes?
Correct.
What did you think that substance was?
There was suspicion that it was possibly blood and had been attempted been washed, but had soaked into the sole issue.
Why did you have a suspicion of that?
Just based on our
Y'all, if I could give you just a little piece of, advice if you ever decide to harm somebody, please don't, but don't put your dirty laundry with that has all of the blood and the whatever on it back into your dirty laundry. Don't keep it. Throw it away. You'll never wear it again. I don't know why you always find stuff in people's dirty laundry. Literally and figuratively. You I don't know if you guys remember, I cannot remember the lady's name, but she killed her husband and then she hid the gun in their washing machine. The damn washing machine. The officers weren't going to look in the washing machine and see a gun, or it was the dryer or something. It was just I don't know, people just aren't smart. I mean, she was smart enough to hide Gannon for a couple months. Why didn't she put the shoes in with and everything in the same? She just wanted to keep the shoes. I'm going to say she was trying to be thrifty. That's what criminals, I guess, try to do. I don't know. Yeah, Jodi Ayers, they have a stupid camera in the washer. Yeah, she put the camera. I was thinking that whenever I was talking about the other one too. I was and she put the camera in the washer. I mean, they put them in things. It's storing it away. They're not going to check there.
our experience and the time that we've seen blood-soaked clothing, it just seemed out of place. It seemed very strange to us at that point.
So is this one of the instances that we were talking about when we started out, that you didn't necessarily know what you were looking for, but if you saw something out of the ordinary, you're gonna make note of it?
Yes.
And so what did you do upon seeing these shoes?
We photographed those, and then I also took swabs of the bottom of both of the shoes.
And in this particular shoe, which shoe is which?
This is the left foot, and that would be the right foot.
Could you point out on the right foot any areas of discoloration that you've been talking about?
Right up through here. This picture is a little hard to see, but basically on the indentations of the pattern of the sole, there was the pink residue.
Okay. If we can go to People's Exhibit 245, please. What do we see in People's Exhibit 245?
This is where it had soaked into the foam on the shoe and gave that discoloration all throughout it.
And just so the record's clear, you're using a pointer to point out looks like in the middle of the shoe where there's a crease. You're saying there's some discoloration there?
Correct.
Is that the area that you swab with regards to the right bottom of the shoe?
Correct. Right up in this area here.
And if you would resume your seat, there's a brown envelope marked 246. I believe it's going to be on your right-hand side. Do you see that?
Uh, 246. Okay, there we go.
246. You got that?
Yes, sir.
What is People's Exhibit 246?
It states that it's one package of 2 swabs from women's black and white Nike shoes.
And is that the swab that you took from this shoe?
Yes, it is.
And how do you know that?
Because I placed it into this envelope, and it was later taken to evidence and then inputted into evidence by Detective Perry.
And do you need to open that up to know that that's what's in that envelope?
No.
At this time, I'd move to admit People's Exhibit 246.
Defense? Exhibit 246 will be admitted. Go ahead.
We can now publish 247, please. What do we see in People's Exhibit 247?
This appears to be the other shoe, and also has the pink residue and various indentations on the shoe.
In 248? What do we see in 248?
This is the heel of the shoe, and again, there's more pink residue in all of the low areas and indentations of the shoe.
And did you swab those areas with regards to this shoe as well?
Correct.
And now we're talking about the bottom of the left shoe.
Yes.
And if there's another brown envelope, hopefully it's still there, 249.
Correct.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
What is People's Exhibit 249?
It states it's one package of 2 swabs for women's black and white Nike shoes.
And are those the swabs you took from the shoes we just looked at?
Yes.
And you need to open that envelope to see that those are the swabs.
No.
Move to admit People's Exhibit 249.
Mr. Cook?
Objection.
Exhibit 249 will be admitted. Go ahead.
We can go to 250 now, please. What do we see in People's Exhibit 250?
This was a pink towel that was in the washer next to or underneath where the shoes were at.
And was that the only thing that was in the washer at the time?
Yes, it was.
We can go to 251, please. What do we see in 251?
Again, this is the pink towel that was inside of the washer.
Did you notice any red discoloration on that towel or anything suspicious with regards to that towel?
Me personally, no, I did not.
Are you just annotating that there's one towel in the washer and you're taking a picture of it?
Correct.
Now I'd like you to look at the next series of photographs that are in front of you. They haven't been admitted yet. They're going to be in front of you. It's 252 through 258, and then 260 and 261. Have you had a chance to look at those photographs?
Yes, I have.
And what are those photographs of?
Those photographs are the beginning of those are in the family room in the basement, which is an area of the carpet that had been cut out. There's also appeared to be burn marks on the couch. The other photographs are of the trash cans, which are in the backyard of the residence.
And what about 260 and 261? Are those close-ups of the trash cans?
Yes, they are.
And do all those photographs accurately depict the items you said they depict from January 28th, 2020, from 6627 basement area and then the outside area where the trash cans are?
Yes, they do.
Move to admit People's Exhibits 252 through 258, 260, and 261.
Mr. Cook?
No objection to those being admitted.
Exhibits 252 through 258 and 260 and 261 will be admitted.
Thank you, Judge. We're going to publish 252 now. What do we see in People's Exhibit 252?
This is the couch downstairs in the family room. There was actually some carpet that was covering us up, and when we moved it, because it wasn't actually tacked down or anything, this is what we found, and it appeared to be an area that had burnt through. The carpet had been cut out, and then this is the padding under the carpet that appeared to have been melted down to the concrete, which is what the white part is here. The areas over here on the couch appeared to have melted through the couch liner cover, and appeared to possibly be a waxy substance that was left on there.
I have a question. So if there's a waxy substance on the couch, then why is Letecia saying we have to sell the couch to get money to pay for the floor? Because the floor had the wax on it. Who is going to buy a leather couch with wax spilt all over it? Like, for real? Come on now. So that right there is another lie that like, we all knew that was a lie, but I think she threw the wax on him too. Or maybe it did happen as an accident. Like, maybe he did spill the candle, but I think something set her off that night and there was no turning back. And those Google searches, that's her motive right there, I think. But yeah, I mean, if he was sitting on the couch right there, that would make perfect sense because there's just the wax right there and, a little body could fit right there. If he was sitting by the arm, oh, wow. Poor baby.
And prior to going to the residence on January 28th, 2020, did you have any information about a candle being fallen over and causing a fire?
Initial information from the sergeant on scene, that information had been passed to him from the office, that there had possibly been a fire in the basement caused by a candle.
And is that why you're documenting, taking photos of this area?
Yes, it is.
And did you bring that dog with you?
No.
Did you tell him to pose there or something, or just happenstance?
He was photogenic that day.
Okay.
I used to have a dog that looked just like that. I wonder if that dog was the blind one or the deaf one. But yeah, she's definitely something. Oh my lordy. So look at how cute Scorpulina's kitty is, and her flowers, plants too. But look at her kitty. I'll share this. Is that okay if I share it? If I share your picture? I didn't think that you probably would, but I will ask you first. Oh, I don't know if she would try to, cover them in the wax the smell. Okay, she said sure. Don't let my cat hear that I'm talking about another cat that went in here. Oh my God, I'm getting so much trouble. He's not in here anymore. Okay, I looked around. Look how cute. This is a lot better than looking at her. Look how pretty your flowers are. Oh my gosh. And you live in Ohio. I need your secrets. Because my flowers don't be looking like that. My plants. I have one plant in here, but that thing's scaring me actually. The one, this one back here. Like, we have those stink bugs in Ohio, and there's none in there yet or anything. But I feel like that's just like a habitat for them. If like one came in, they could bring all their little friends and they could just live in my tree. I don't know. I'm really weird when it comes to bugs. And stink bugs, that's my vice. I'm like, not my vice. I was saying that's not like a vice, but that's my kryptonite. I don't know. It scares me. I don't like it. It freaks me out. They freak me out. I hate stink bugs. They're everywhere. They are, Scorpulina. They're everywhere. There was one on my pillow the other night. Oh my God. And Vincent got it. Oh. And I freak out, guys. Like, I can do spiders, flies, whatever. Like praying mantis almost there. But like, I'm no Snow White over here. I'm not whistling with the birds. Like, I'm cool on all that like stuff. I like to look at them from far. Bugs are cool from afar, but stink bugs, ooh, so what they do is they go into the walls or whatever, like wherever they're at, and they hibernate through the winter, and then as soon as it gets warm, they like just come out in drones. I've only seen one. That's one too many. So if you ever hear me scream on a live, that's probably the only time I would ever freak out and scream and run. But yeah, no, I don't need no bugs. And I think what it is being blind in one eye also, it really freaks with you, especially the gnats. Like the gnats, oh my Lord. Oh, my cat won't do nothing, but my dog will eat them. Now, my dog, she's a boxer pit. I think she thinks she has to like earn her spot here, and she never would ever have to do that because she's my baby of all babies. I mean, even above my Weimaraner, like my boxer pit's my baby. And I feel like she has to like earn her keep, she feels like, because she will like get any bug that comes near me. Like, and I love her for that because we have a big like sliding door like to a balcony, and it's right off of our bed. So like right there is where like the bugs could be. And if she sees one, she's on it. She is on. Yeah, I don't do lizards. No, my aunt and uncle have a levee. So it's called levee because they have like little lizards that would go like in their backyard. I just stay in the levee. I've seen them in California. They have a lot of freaky bugs out there. But nope, I'm cool on that. I'm cool on all those bugs. I don't like bugs. Don't mind it from afar, but you know, because they gotta like be here, but I'm cool. What's your kitty's name, Scorbellina? Because your cat's so cute. It looks like a girl. I hope it's a girl because it looks like a girl. I think it does. Like, I don't know. She looks pretty. She looks like a... My cat's like big. He's a big boy. Oh, man. I'm going to have to go down to the Carolinas and look at the lizards. And then go to Florida. One got in your house. But yeah, no. I had a bat in my apartment twice. Not this one. No, I've never had a bat here, thank God. Scorpion female? Yeah, I can tell. You can usually tell when they're boys or girls. I don't know. I have only had one boy animal, and it's been a cat, and that's the only boy I'll ever have in my life. He's my everything. He my boy. He's my mister. That's what I call him. Throw that cat in jail. Yeah, this cat deserves some jail time. This cat's living the life. Does your cat eat? It's not eating your leaves. Your leaves are not chewed. Oh yeah, no. See, my cat loves that. Loves that shit. Yeah. We get a plant. Rocky's like, oh, I'm gonna chew some. That's the one I think I saw, Ashley. Or you showed me one of your cats and it was so cute. It made me laugh so hard too. That's so funny. Well, I am going to jump off of here. I figured tomorrow we'll talk about Lori Vallow Daybell, whatever her name is. Because they did like opening statements today. And I'll show you that video of Larry. And then if anything else comes up, I'll do a video on it as well. I've been trying to do some shorter videos throughout the day to try to like give you guys bits and pieces of the trial as well. So I did release 3 videos today if you guys want to watch them. But thank you guys for being here tonight. I appreciate you. And whoever wasn't here tonight, we'll see you in the next, chat. I know that there was someone else doing a couple other people were doing lives tonight, so it was busy on the live channel or live, YouTube live. So thank you guys so much for spending your night with me. I do appreciate that so much. I will see you guys all in the next live or probably just tomorrow. Bye, guys.